diseases and all. What do you think? What's the causes for that? What causes that
For my dad,
for anybody? It's the same thing. No? The mechanism is the same.
I think it's also your childhood. It's
Just let me
also
go find a
our
space. So she respect karon ke api she think paran em should disturb karon each section.
hello.
Uh,
Yeah,
but what's
I
this?
think a lot of like from what I understand is a lot of it comes from your childhood, how you grew up, even what how you were in utero. You know, when you were when my mom was pregnant with me. So I think all of it plays out throughout our life, and हम कोई समझते समझने में लग जाते हैं कि ये हम ऐसे जी रहे हैं तो क्यों जी रहे हैं. So I think for me, the last year entirely, last couple of years was entirely dedicated to that because as much as I understood it in theory, I didn't understand it in practice, you know, practice about how like our day to day living is comes from that, you know. Unless we become aware, it's very difficult to navigate it.
Yeah, so these all difficulties and all, it shows you, it shakes you up, then
Yeah,
you move towards understanding this life more better, like what
yeah,
it's all about and how it has happened to me and this and that.
yeah. And now I don't get shaken up. I think I just become very quiet and I go underground and I like बहुत shaking up हो गया.
Shaking up, then you do something about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Up
yeah,
that whatever you think your life in your head as an identity or an ego, the life is not like that. It has created problems in life now. So
yeah,
then to do now, because that's not the end like that, you know. Even the body dies, it won't end like that. The content of the minds would be there.
yes,
Because it's all because of the content of the mind.
that is true. And um,
Even if the cancer happens, is one part of ourself doesn't want to live anymore. So it wants to kill even autoimmune disease or something like that. You know?
yes,
So there is no other way without understanding the mind. We cannot get rid of these things because we are living with the conditionings and the belief systems and all, and then the life is not coming out the way we want it.
that is true.
Outcome is not like that, then we go into negative way of mind, and then it creates diseases and all.
That is true. तो वही है ना एक तो पहले बहुत जब इच्छा होती थी स्ट्रांग होती थी आई नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ माई मदर आई नीड टू डू दिस आई नीड माई हस्बैंड टू गेट प्रमोटेड लाइक ऐसे मैं यूनिवर्स से मांगती थी कि नहीं मिला तो बस इट इज लाइक यू नो इट वाज ऑलवेज डू और डाई. अब जो है ना एवरीथिंग इज लाइक हो गया तो अच्छा है नहीं हुआ तो भी ठीक है यू नो. तो but that is doesn't mean that I want to have autoimmune, right? It's not um like the will to live. Then you have to figure out what is why what will like it's if you're detached, the will to live also is like okay, if I'm alive that's good, if does something happens to me that is also fine. So I think I don't know how to
These are all the thoughts of the grown up identities. When you were a small child,
yeah.
when somebody is, when you see a little child, does he thinks like that? What's the point of living? He
Mm,
just lives and enjoys.
yes,
So when you grow up, the identity, the ego, it creates all these things. We
yeah,
need we need something like that to live, and we need some motive to live. We need something to live. Living just for the living, nobody is living.
yeah,
And that you can learn from children. The elders are teaching children how to live, but elders should learn from children how to live. If you look closely how they live, you can children can teach you a lot. But we think like children don't know anything. We have to tell them.
yeah.
But we are not telling them, we are just imparting our biases. Whatever we think is right, whatever we didn't achieve, we think that thing, if we get that thing, that is the best thing for our life. And then we impart that to the children. Okay, you do this, then your
Yeah.
life will be great.
Yeah.
But people who already have that kind of life, is their life great?
No, I mean, I think where we are, that is what life is all about. I mean, that glass has to keep shattering, like how you say it, again and again and again. So I think the more awareness we gather, the more grounded we get. I would never want to be the way I was before ever again, without the knowledge that I have. Not that I have too much knowledge, but I would never want to kind of just listen to someone like my mom or anybody who would, like, get married, this is the best life, stay married, this is the best life, and have kid, and this is the best life. So um
Yeah. The best life one has to figure out by
yeah,
making mistakes. But
yes,
then you don't do that because people make mistake and they think like this is the life. Yeah, that's the life. Yeah, everybody has to go through like that. Yeah, everybody has to go through sufferings and all. No, it's not like that.
yeah,
So the label life is like that. So that the belief system comes out like that. Oh, this is a part of life. So this is everybody has to do marriage and kids and this and that and then
yeah,
has to suffer. That's called life because they have no exposure to higher than that. So they
yes,
don't have any data higher than that. So they can play, they can talk in regard with that only. So it's not their mistake. If you have seen only India, you have not come out. So you can talk about India only.
yeah, yeah,
You don't have any exposure or any information or data or experience of anything else.
yes,
Once you travel the world, you have the experience and you can talk about different things.
yes,
If somebody is talking about, that limited stuff, it is obvious like they don't know anything more than that. And they think like that's the best thing for their children. Nobody thinking bad about children, but
yeah,
has to be with an open mind.
yes,
We could be wrong. We might have taken wrong decisions. So at least the honest person will say, because they themselves life would be, in difficult situations. So they would have said like, we have married and out of marriage, we have not find anything special or something. If
yeah,
they were honest. So it's your choice. So they will not force it on the children. They will say, it's your choice, you experiment. But according to my experience, I haven't find anything like, the
you're
way
right.
I,
People are not honest. They they they, no matter how, like, I pretty much lived the life that my mom had. So people are not able to, they, out of fear, they want to kind of find, use the most secure and safe method for their child, and teach them the more safety than risk taking. So no, I totally get that. I totally get that. And I think that's why it's a very challenging time now. Like, since I'm far away from my family, it's very challenging, but it's also the most rewarding, in the sense of, like, okay, I have to take charge of my life. So yeah.
yeah, so we learn like that. Challenges makes you grow.
पर इतना सीख कर क्या करना है, मैं थक गई सीख सीख कर। मतलब, okay, what next, right? Like, especially when you are struggling with some chronic health, and you are always like wondering, okay, like, I am going through this suffering, I am trying to do my best, I am going to come out of this, or maybe not, maybe this is how I live for the rest of my life with chronic health issues, because some things can stay and linger, and sometimes there is no cure. Then
So this is,
how do you
there's
see life?
nothing like that. There is no cure, actually. So these all you have heard somewhere. These not, and they become your belief system. Like this disease has no
Cure.
cure. Everything is curable in that sense because mind has such a power. Mind will make it, like if mind believes that it's not curable, it will not cure.
Yeah, but okay, let's just assume I have something incurable. Okay, I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying let's assume that I have chronic health issues and I am 50 and I'm going to live to 90 and I have 40 years. I'm just saying it for
Yes, yes,
example.
yes,
तो वो जो
absolutely.
40 40 years, like how, like when day to day is a struggle, right? एक चीज किया तो 10 चीज रह गई. I'm not able to contribute to society. I'm not able to contribute to things, even like things that you might consider responsibility. Okay, that's fine. But how do you live your life with, in just like I'm just staying as low key as possible. I am going for my doctor appointments. I am trying to stay centered. But how do you say, like, how do you fight for living when you don't have a reason for living as such? When, you know, like what I'm trying to say is, like, I struggle every day, and struggle has become the normal, and I'm okay with that. ठीक है, if I don't get up for 10 days, I'm fine, but I recover after that, then I go through another flare or whatever. But then what are you fighting for?
You have to answer that. What do you think?
What am I fighting for? I mean, just right now, I don't know what I'm fighting for. Like, I just, right now, just taking care of myself, hoping
Yeah.
to achieve.
Why are you taking care of yourself?
I mean, so far, I mean, I know I want to, like, take care of my mom a little bit, as much as I can, just make sure she's okay. And
Yeah, so you have a reason, right? So you said you don't have any reason.
but when you're sick, you're more of a liability than you are of good, right? Like right now,
Yeah,
I'm a source
so
of
your
more.
sickness hasn't come in one day, it took 50 years.
Yes,
You have still 40 years left, so you should work on that, like why and how I became sick. It slowly, gradually brought you to the position here. And it
yes,
will take, in the same time, it will take time. Because this doesn't, it will not go like with the death. Like
yes,
if somebody thinks because these things are related to the mind, the subconscious mind.
yes,
So if you believe in next birth or something, so it will carry on. So we need to destroy these patterns, to work on our minds like that.
yes. I understand that part. So
So you can see this could be the reason to get rid of all these things which you have accumulated through the time, these from your subconscious.
yes, I will be stronger. Let's see.
We have two new people today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Introduce?
Akin. Hi, Akin.
Okay, yeah. Akin is from where?
New York.
Acha. Mm. Unmute yourself.
Hello? What about
Yeah,
now?
now we can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's very great meeting everybody. Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
very nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
What you do, Akin?
I'm in tech, so I have a business where we just build stuff like products, applications, AI, and stuff around that. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's a
How come
awesome.
you ended up here today?
What do you say?
How come you ended up here today?
Abra was the one that invited me,
Okay,
and
okay.
it's I saw it as something I could like relate with because I think it just came at like a very good time because a couple days back I was discussing with a very good friend of mine that we were trying to see some steps I'm taking in like my business and all that and was looking at okay, what are like the things I did well and what are the things I didn't do well. And when we were looking at the things I didn't do well, then we were able to channel it into like my personal life, and then we were able to channel it down into like my childhood. Like the reason why I try to not I try to avoid things like friction because I don't want drama, I don't want this, but that's just the best thing. So like I was able to channel everything down. So as Abra sent this, I was like, oh wow, it's similar to discussing a friend that yeah, everything is from childhood, just the person we are now, or the person I am now, my personality and everything is a compilation of events that happened when I
Yeah, childhood. Yeah, childhood also plays a part, but there are other factors also. The memories in the DNA from the parents, ancestors, and then the cultural conditioning, then the friends with and the media you see, and all those things. They all contribute to a kind of identity the person is made up of, and then they all have to deal up with.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, great, great. Let's see what happens today. And the other person is
Shiba.
Sh- Shiba Sada. Yeah, Shiba. Can you hear us? Unmute.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Shiva.
Nice to meet you, Shiba.
Lovely
Shiba,
meeting you all. Sorry,
where are you from?
I'm from Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
And how come you ended here?
It was because of that only.
Gainabad. Okay, okay, okay. Abrar knows like whole of the world. From different places,
Yeah,
different
he
people.
does. He does. He knows everybody. I feel like he knows the whole world.
People from different places of the different parts of the world. And what do you do, Shiba?
I just graduated recently. So
Acha,
yeah, I don't do anything right now. I'm also
that's
sitting home, so
She's a
you like,
psychologist.
huh?
Oh,
I am
nice.
not a psychologist yet. I'm just studying.
Yeah, yeah. So you should start saying, I am psychologist, it's okay.
I'm not sure if I want to become a psychologist. That's I'm not just putting a label on myself. So yeah, I'm
You
figuring
are
out.
not, you're not sure and you are studying psychology. How come that?
Yeah, that's weird because I'm not sure about anything in my life, so I just do it for the sake of it. There is so much unsurety, but yeah, it was fun studying psychology, I must say.
So what David is here, looking handsome than before. Um, so how's your life going on, David?
Uh, well, I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out my life, reason why I'm here, and why am I here, right? I'm trying to figure this out.
Why we are here?
Yes, why are we here? What's my purpose?
Ah, purpose. Nobody can tell you. You have to find out yourself. You know. Different people have different purposes. And these some answers to the question one has to find by themselves. Nobody can tell. Even if they tell you, it won't satisfy you. So your purpose is your purpose. Because the purpose also changes from moment to moment.
It
Sometimes,
does?
yeah, why not? For somebody, it's just for the moment. If your child needs your help, then the purpose of your life is to help him. If at the moment your business needs your attention, then the purpose of the life in that moment is your attention towards your business. Uh, And then sometimes it's like somebody thinks like, you see somebody in pain or vain in the society, then your purpose become to help him or something. And when you are what do you call, hit by life a lot, then your purpose become of understanding about this life, or to go more into the depths of your, being, like what is more about this life. So then it becomes that purpose. Somebody who has experienced everything, whatever mind can offer, then he comes to a point like, what else now? Then the purpose become enlightenment, or spirituality. One once when somebody is has experienced too much materialism, then it becomes boring for him, and then the purpose becomes to know the other world, spirituality or something. So it changes. It's different from person to person. But then if you're talking about ultimate purpose, if there are so many people, and if we ask what do they want in life, then it come to the same situation, same thing everybody is looking for, right? So we can check with Shiba first. What do you want in life?
So I want in life. That's a nice question.
What?
I, I don't know what do I want. I'm just done with it. I just
You are
don't want
done.
anything.
You are done with life. What? I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
I just don't want. I think about it sometimes. What do I really want? But I'm like, do I really want anything?
So you don't want
It's just
anything.
that.
So you
No.
are totally desireless. So you are
Yeah.
Buddha then. You are the Rumi. You are Buddha. You are the enlightened one. They have no desires, no nothing in their mind.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I would say that it it doesn't make me Rumi or Buddha. It just makes me someone who is without any dreams. So yeah.
So you don't want it, like you don't desire anything in life, like I want something in my life. You are contented, you are complete in your life right now.
I
So
would
you
not say
don't,
I'm complete
yeah.
because sometimes I feel like I need to be in the mountains somewhere. That I will focus on running away. But that's what I want. I really want to run away. I don't think that I'm complete. I need to run away.
Yeah, so what do you want? To go onto the
I want to
mountain?
run away.
Huh?
I want to go into the mountains and be there forever without
You
any disturbance or anything.
you want to go to the mountains so nobody can disturb you over there. So you have disturbance
Uh,
here. You have a lot of mountains in Kashmir. Kashmir is a mountainous area.
I'm
What is
stuck in
stopping?
Delhi.
You are in
Also,
Delhi.
my mom doesn't let me go out.
Okay, in Kashmir, mom doesn't let you go out.
Yeah.
These moms are really, huh? Everybody. Okay. So you want to go onto the mountain and live there. And
Yeah.
she's saying forever. I see. Forever.
Yeah, if there is a forever. Yeah.
And what will happen when you go to the mountain? What do you think?
I don't know. I'll probably fight myself.
No, what will happen to you? Say, for
I'll
example,
just
if
go
this is granted to you, you are living on the
and
mountain, then what is happening inside you?
I'll be fine. I will have this sense of fear, but then I'll feel like, yeah, this is something I have to achieve now. I need to work on this to live in the mountains. I'm gonna make a cottage and I'll invite you guys sometime.
Yeah. Then it would be real calm, definitely. Once you go into the mountains and live there forever. Yeah. But the thing is, what you get, just say, for example, you think like you are living on the mountain.
Hmm.
So what it is, how it is helping you in your life, what those mountains are providing you.
Um, a sense of self. So
Sense of self.
yeah.
And what does the sense of self gives to you?
I mean, I feel like I'm just solely and solely dependent on myself, and I have to look for myself, and you know, it is just me and nobody else. I mean, I don't know if I'm able to like put it in words, but yeah, something that I sometimes feel like I'm running out from responsibilities, but no, it's not that. It's just I just want to be with myself,
Yeah,
and
you
God, obviously.
be with yourself and God. If
Yeah,
you are living with yourself and God, then what is happening inside you? How will you feel?
I feel fine.
You will feel
I feel
fine.
okay. Actually.
You feel fine and okay, right? So what do you want? So you just see here, you want to feel fine and okay. Not,
Hmm.
you don't want to go onto the mountains. The mountains are excuses to be fine and okay. So
Okay.
you want to be fine and okay,
I love
right?
it.
And you think the mind thinks the
Wow.
mountains can provide that, right? We can go more deep because fine and okay, and then more it's something else. But so fine and okay. If we talk about Akin, what do you think? What do you desire in life?
Um, what I desire in life. That
Whatever
shift.
you think, yeah.
That shift from a time to time, and but what do I really want? Like
Or
deep
what
inside.
kind of life you want? What kind of life you wish that my life should be like that? Or these things should be in my life? What do you think?
An impactful life. I want to live this world better than I want to live it better than the way I left it. I want to live a good life, to in a way that when it is time to go, I I'll die smiling. I want to die knowing I contributed a little bit, uh, to the good of the world in a way. Just want to make impact. That's what I desire most. Like I just want to also make impact to just make the world better in any way I can.
So you want to help world out,
Yeah.
right? So what this thing helping world is bringing to you? Just say, for example, just imagine you are helping the world the way you are thinking in your mind. Then what is happening to you? Then what will happen to you?
Just joy.
So you are looking for joy. And
But like not everything gives me like not okay, I feel like what gives me joy, internal joy is knowing that I'm making impact, like positive impact.
whatever it is, positive or negative, whatever people are doing, they are doing or desiring for that thing which we cannot see. Somebody wants to be fine and okay, and where it is that this fineness or joy or happiness or satisfaction, this is inside the heart, and everybody is working for that only. So you can say that can be the ultimate purpose for everybody, even if somebody is a criminal, he wants to be a don or mafia or whatever. core desire is the same because they have this is the play of the mind. The mind says, like, if I'll do that, then I'll be satisfied. If that thing comes to me, if I become the top businessman, top entrepreneur, then I'll be at peace or happy or joyful or I'll be fine, you know. So ultimately, if we started with the David saying like what's the purpose of the life? So in that sense, everybody's so on the surface level, you will see different purposes, but on the deepest level, it will be the same. That one wants the same thing, which is of higher dimension, which you can say the peace inside the heart, the joy, or the I feel fine with myself or whatever. That thing which you cannot see in this world, which is beyond the beyond the dimension of this physicality and materialism. But we think the mind has projected like that. That if we do this thing, then that's my purpose and that will give me that thing. Well, anyway, so we can start with today's session. So what's up, Brad? What we got today? So
So each of you should write down a hurtful word or some decisions that have been made on behalf you by your parents, which is affecting your like current decision making model. Like for example, for me, uh, like I was spoon fed till my high school, and because of that, uh, when I went to college, I was just sitting in front of a plate with food, and I had no clue what to do. I was like, I don't know what to do. As simple as it looks like, how is it possible? It's food, you have to eat. But since that decision was made for me, I had no clue what to do. I was just sitting in front of the food for an hour, trying to figure out what to do. So the decisions that have been made for us from a child by our parents affect our decision making model now. So if you have such kind of decisions that have been made for you, that is kind of making it difficult to make decisions as of now, then you have to write it down. Or let's say you had a shameful experience when you were a child. I shat on my pants, and I like I don't like that's not as shameful as when I was asked to do a full like a 180-degree split. Kids were asked to try, and I went ahead and I tried it, and my pant kind of tore. It was like one of the most shameful experiences where my mom had to bring another piece of cloth and I have to change. And I was walking around the school in towel. It was weird. So that kind of shameful experience, like kind of affects how we perceive what happens in the future. Like, oh, if I do something and if like which is kind of scary, then something bad might happen, something like I might end up in a very shameful incident. So some people try to fight that feeling of fear and they try to do things like, but then when you're supposed to do things naturally without any fear, without any anxiety. So if you have such kind of incidents, you can write them down. Or you have some traumatic experience when you were a kid, where you kind of felt like you were violated, like physically. I was physically violated by my teacher because he had a grudge against my mom, who's also a teacher, because she got promoted as the head of the department in the girls' school, while he didn't in the boys' school, even though he was a senior. So he used to kind of like physically torture me after school. And even in between school, he used to call me to the staff room, and he used to like kind of, he had various torture techniques. Like he would put his pen in between my fingers, and he used to kind of do like meddle with it, and he will do a lot of different stuff to cause pain. So those incidents like kind of affected my trust on people. So if you have such incidents, you can write this down. And once you write this down, uh, like you just have to figure out which one you want to focus now, which one is affecting you the most as of now, and which one thing that is being like occurring in a pattern. It's just kind of like, affecting your life the most. It can be in the quadrant of your work, it can be in the quadrant of your like like personal life. Like when I did my first inner child, my priority was my fearful child. I had, like, my father was in defense, so he used to have a very loud voice, which kind of created like fear inside me. I was always kind of like, battered, like verbally, like loud voices and noises and stuff like that. So that, and pushed to do stuff which I'm not comfortable. So that fearful self was my priority when I did my first inner child, and I got rid of my anxiety and my panic attacks. It was completely gone. Though, like, it took some time. Like, I did inner child, then I did regression, then I did past life regression. It was a series of events. So you can pick one of the above things which is affecting your life right now, where you think this is my priority, I need to work on this, and I know, I'm aware that the root is from my childhood. As long as I remember, it's from my childhood. So you can pick one of those things out, and you can just, like, talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, whatever incident which has created any negative feelings or emotions inside you as when you were a child, so you can think of it, whatever comes to your mind intuitively, so you can write it down and then pick the one, because we will be working on one only today. So you can take your time, write it down. Bullied by friends or the people around, kids around, or you didn't score good, whatever comes, whatever has happened, because things happens in everybody's life. Whatever incident or event which has influenced you negatively, you can write it down during your different ages.
Guys, don't follow any script. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever comes to your mind, the first thing that comes to your mind, you write it. Like it doesn't have to follow the script that I've showed you or I've written. Whatever comes to your mind, spit
Mm.
intuitively. So have you guys written?
Yeah, I think this is
Yeah.
enough, even whatever they have written, because the first thing will be the first thing which will come out.
Yeah.
Whatever they have written, the first sentence, that is the most prominent, important one. That's what the subconscious has brought out. So let's start with the um, anybody.
Shiva.
Sujat, huh? Okay, let's see.
Do I have to choose that list?
Do what?
Is there any order?
You can just talk about the one thing only. Just one thing, the topmost thing.
I just wrote, I don't remember.
You were what?
I don't remember most of it.
I don't remember
And
most
the
of it.
top thing that I wrote about was me playing like this game. You know that when you teach the pillows and stuff when you are a baby, or like talk to yourself in the mirror because you're a baby and you don't have people to play with, so you play with yourself, right?
Mhm.
So you're like teaching the kids that I remember that one thing only that I focused on that only. So it was me teaching the kids, imaginary kids, and then my sister, my father, and my brother, they were like peeking through the door and they laughed at me. And I think that's something that I would really want to, you know, get out of our lives. Just go somewhere else, be somewhere else.
That made you uncomfortable. That thing came to your mind first.
Yeah, that's just the only thing I could remember. From my parents' end, but then, yeah, teachers and all, yeah, there's a lot. But from my parents, I could only remember that.
We are not talking about parents or something you have to write about the parents first. Whatever thing came to your mind first, like, okay, in the childhood, this thing is like, was the most, has brought the uncomfortable feeling or the negative
That
emotion or
yeah, this is the one memory that makes me uncomfortable.
what emotion it created, what you felt.
I feel like when I think about this thing, mostly I feel like everybody's watching me, and maybe whatever I act on, whatever I plan on doing, it's going to be something stupid. Okay, it will not make sense. So it's just if I was playing that time because as a baby, what was I supposed to do? Clean the dishes. Okay. Anyways, I was playing. So that was something that I wanted to do for myself, and that made me happy. But then them laughing at the moment, it makes me feel like maybe they'll like they'll be there and always laugh at my situation. So yeah, that's That's
So
something.
it could be like you are doing something and people will come and laugh at you, and you will feel stupid about your actions like that.
Not about people. It's just about them only, or people as yeah,
Yeah,
people too.
so that event, how it is affecting your life, it will affect like this only, because that
Mhm.
thing will create something like you are doing something and people might laugh at you and your actions or your doings, and then you will feel stupid about it, and like that. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Sujata, what do you think?
For me, I think I was in Nigeria, and I was maybe in my third or fourth grade, and my parents were having a fight, and my mom said something like, I was there while they were fighting, and I was telling them not to fight, and my mom said, if you weren't a girl, I would have left your father a long time ago. And I think that affected me a lot, in the sense that it made me feel that, first of all, why am I a girl? And then it was like, I am responsible for my mom suffering. She wouldn't suffer so much if I wasn't a girl. So it made me feel more responsible for my mom, and it made me feel responsible for her suffering of staying in the marriage. She was very unhappy in her marriage. So I used to feel that I have to make up for it, in some way or the other. So I would listen to her blindly so that I'm not cause of any more suffering to her. But it only made us both suffer more, because the more I suffered with her decisions in my life, I was in a bad marriage myself. She suffered along with me. It's not like she had a good life once I was stuck in a bad marriage. So both of us suffered a lot.
Yes, so for you, the event is when the parents were fighting and then they said something and that created a negative feeling inside you at that time. David?
Uh, I think for me, it's about validation. I mean, when I was a young kid, as a young immigrant to this country here in the United States from Taiwan, the popular snack is like a red bean bun. Inside it's like red beans, but it looks kind of dark. And when I came to this country, I think in first grade or something like that, brought that to lunch, and some of the kids mocked me, right? And I thought, oh, you got crap inside your food there. So I got really embarrassed, and I didn't eat anymore, and I threw it out. And that, for some reason, has lingered. But that was one of several of, I guess, kind of what became the norm of being a minority growing up in this country in the United States, right? Where the mainstream population is Caucasian, and being that minority person, being mocked at, I think growing up as a kid must have somehow subconsciously impacted my sense of self-worth, and it's something that I've been working on. But I've compensated through other forms of achievement, which is, what's propelled me to, do well in other aspects of myself. But this aspect of self-worth and belonging has been there since childhood, I guess. Yeah, and it's something that I'm still conscious of. Yeah, day in day out, especially in the United States where you have quote unquote a melting pot, but not everybody's equal, as we can see here in the USA. So the question is, for those of us that are marginalized or feel marginalized, how do we overcome that and be confident of ourselves and our abilities to be the best versions of ourselves?
Working on ourselves. by removing these negative impressions, emotions, and it's a kind of work you have to go through. And then you become, then nothing matters to you. You are happy wherever you are. You are complete wherever you are. But it takes time to work on your mind and all, like, it's not one time stuff. But yeah, for you, this was the thing, what you have experienced negatively, and let's move forward with Ekin. Unmute. Ekin, unmute yourself.
So, okay, mine mine is a compilation of, but I feel like the one is like the strongest, which I still battle with now, and even made me make some decisions like last month to cut off a particular person in my life. Is I can remember as a child, I was always being constantly misunderstood and shut down by my older ones, like my older brother, and they made me just feel like maybe I just like maybe like they just made me feel like I'm stupid, like I'm not smart enough, like I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know what I'm saying. And when I try to express myself, because what I noticed is maybe the way I think is quite different from the norm in the environment that I grew up, because I grew up in Nigeria, and I don't know why the way I just think was not like the way I process things in like a systematic way. I break it down and I ask a lot of questions. I like asking a lot of questions, but they like perceive that as not being smart enough or not being strong enough, or I don't know. They just constantly just shut me down. And it's sad that even after going beyond things that they never thought I would be able to achieve because they didn't understand me. They never thought I would be able to get into the school I went to for my undergrad. They didn't believe I was able to pass some particular exams. They didn't believe I would be able to run the businesses I run. They didn't believe I was so like even after doing everything that they based on their classification, I'm not able to do because they think I'm not smart enough. So like I still discovered that deep inside them, they still saw me that way still. And I feel like that thing has always affected me also, that it affected me as a child and the way I related with authority. It is, I always just have this subconscious thoughts in my head. If I meet someone who is kind of above me or something, I automatically just think like this person is going to think I'm not smart enough, something like that. So it's something which I've fought. I tried my best to fight to make it not stop me, but still, it's something I'm constantly still working on. So that's like the strongest out of the compilation of things. Yeah.
Okay. So, Brad, we're gonna move forward now.
Yeah.
What do you have to say for this?
So you have mentioned those items, right? Now it's coming to your memory because some aspect of it is repeating in your life, has been repeating over time, and probably has repeated recently some events. So I would like you guys to like remember the recent events which has a similar pattern, the pattern of shame, where you're so self-conscious what others will think about you if you do execute something, or a pattern where you kind of feel like you're being judged, that you're not good enough and stuff like that, or a pattern where you feel responsible for everything that's happening around you, So you have to identify the recent events and like events that are like happened like probably like 3, 4, or 5 years like from now, and also 10 years from now. So remember those events, and like if you can like if you want to write it down, or if you want to talk about it a little bit, then like you can explain like how that pattern is repeating again. For example, for me, uh I was physically assaulted by my parents, and I was physically assaulted by my teacher. And whoever is like a person who I kind of like confide with end up like physically assaulting me. I've seen this pattern over time. So this is something that originated when I was young, but the pattern is repeating. So like I would remember something that happened recently, something that happened like 5 years before, 10 years before, and the childhood memory, and I would recall them and I would register either mentally or on a paper, or if you want to talk about it.
Will turn out to be less than because it will take
More
more time.
time. Yeah.
And so we should move on to the session and try to release all those impressions. So
Yeah. So you can also write one kind of counteractive belief, a promising belief, or like if you meet that child, like now, that younger that inner child now, what would you tell that inner child when it's going through that incident? Like what would be that counter, like counter statement, or a counter like kind of like suggestion that you would like to tell? So are you guys ready?
them one by one, what they have written for the replacement.
David?
Yeah, I was imagining that incident that happened to me when I was very young, and visualizing a different outcome based on what I know today. And the advice to my younger self would be to, instead of to shrink and to be embarrassed or feel bad, it would be rather to laugh and, you know, almost in some amusing way to tell those guys to fuck off. So, right. And I think that's what life is about. At least for me now, it's like, okay, well, yeah, I am who I am, and if you don't like it, well then, see you later.
To make a sentence formation abroad with them so that they can, then you're gonna put that thing inside.
Yeah.
So whatever naturally comes to them with that sentence, if it comes like that, get off, then it should be like that. Let it be the natural because that's the way the subconscious will understand in that sense. So what you would suggest to David, what he should.
David believes in energy, right? So,
Yes.
uh, like a positive affirmation would be something like like for him to like live, the one who provides the energy provides in whatever way he seems fit. It's perfect as it is, and there is nothing to judge.
So what do you mean by that? Is that an affirmation that I should say to myself?
You should, David, you should find out what resonates with you,
Yeah.
the affirmation. Then we will just
Yeah. So
try to
you said
formulate.
that you had this food and you were judged because it was off culture,
Mhm.
and the same can happen with the opportunities in your life, and the same can happen with the friends that you're closest to in your life.
Hmm.
So like whatever naturally you feel that the natural progression is, there is a purpose and there is a reason, and that is the way you are provided with the source of energy or the people or the opportunities, and whatever resonates with you, which makes you more thankful for you to like where that shifts that focus off from the people and puts the focus off on you being provided by the provider, rather than your focus shifting towards the people around, whatever resonates.
My interpretation of what you said is that uh, I'm sorry. Can you say that again, Abrar?
I'm
No,
just
it's
saying
okay.
whatever you receive. uh,
Whatever what you said before, what was that? To make you whatever lines you said before, no?
Yes.
Just make it just turn out into a positive sentence. That's it. Just make it a simple sentence.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you
Make it.
say, yeah,
because
bring it.
fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. So it's fine. So you
Well, that's
just
what I was thinking. I was just being
yes. So
authentic
it
about it.
means like I don't care. So it means the thing doesn't affect me. So I'm immune to these things, and I'm happy with myself. So things like that. I'm happy with myself. I'm immune to these things, these remarks, or whatever these things are. So something in that positive sense, which helps you in a positive way.
Right. Right. Well, I guess the remark would be that I am who I am, and no one can judge me. And this
Judge me.
incident, the happening, was for a reason, for me to learn and to overcome the
I'm
the
unique in my own way,
lesson. Yeah.
and let them be.
Okay. I like that one. I'm unique in my own way. Let them be. Yes.
And I'm unaffected by anybody's remarks or
Uh,
whatever.
Yes, I'm
Whatever
unaffected by anybody's remark. Yes.
that sound more closer to you.
Yeah.
So that is fine. Then you can
Although
write this.
there's a piece of me that, was offended at the time, and going back with more wisdom, it's to be able to defend and to tell people to fuck off if I need to or want to even, right? I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure if that's part of the exercise that we're doing today, but I think in some ways it is what prompted certain actions or decisions in my life to defend, to learn how to defend, like martial arts. This morning I went to the dojo, right, and that has become my sanctuary, right? It's very physical, but I think in some ways these decisions to pursue karate in college was a result of these childhood experiences. So if
So
somebody
where
were
we
to
are.
do this to me today, I'd tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, usually when we are doing one-to-one session, in that these kinds of expressions are also
Mhm.
Hmm.
we make them to do that also because they hold that energy inside the system and it needed to be released and it get released in that way only. There's
Hmm.
nothing uh, like this is good or bad in that sense, but that energy is supposed to release in that
Mm.
way only. Sometimes we ask them to even if they feel like punching them,
Or
kicking
killing
them, they
them.
don't do that also in that sense, so that
Well,
energy gets released. But yeah, you can
yeah,
make
hmm. It's a fine line because while we're taught to defend, we're taught never to make the first attack.
yeah.
And maybe the answer should have been, okay, well, a nicer answer is like, okay, well, I am who I am, and that's okay. You can judge me for that and be nice about it, and try to de-escalate any kind of situation. That is what we're taught in martial arts as well, right? Versus to escalate. So to your point earlier, sometimes as humans we have visceral reactions to certain situations,
Yeah,
and I've
so
been
let
training
them
myself
just
to respond versus to react.
yes, yes, yes.
I'm unique in my own way, and I'm above all your immaturity.
Yes, that is the more mature way of responding to that situation. I
What
agree.
resonates to you the most in a positive affirmation?
What you said, I'm unique in my own way, and
And I'm above your immaturity.
yes, I'm above your immaturity. I'm above your immaturity. I'm above where you are in your stage of conscious development. Although that's kind of big thing to say for a 5-year-old kid to other 5-year-old kids probably.
But that 5-year-old kid now will have the energy of 40 something.
Hmm.
So that resonates with you the best?
Yes.
Okay. So if it resonates with your best, write it down. And if you want to make changes in between, make it, but make sure there is no negative uh like I don't care how they judge me. Like, so judge is a negative word. So
Hmm.
if you want to change, make sure every single word is positive. Nothing should be negative over there.
I
We
see.
have
So I'm unique my way and above. Sorry, what did you say, Abrar? What were the words that you used again?
Above your immaturity.
Okay, yes.
yeah, that is enough.
Yeah.
This sentence is enough now because
Hmm.
more lengthier you go, the more you will distract it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is good because it encompasses everything.
Let's go to Shiba.
Mhm. I don't know. I don't have anything to say to that thing. It's just be yourself.
What the child will say in that situation.
I don't know. I don't think he would be able to understand the situation.
And what you would say to that child now, grown
Right
up?
now, I would say that I'm nothing to say. I would say that I don't really feel connected to her, so I don't really know what to say.
Oh, just imagine you are watching that scenario with someone else. There is a small kid, she's doing that, and her parents are doing that, and you, as a grown up now, you are watching them, and then that small kid is feeling embarrassed, and then you go to her, and what you will say?
Kashmiri. Kashmiri works.
I mean, the first thought that came in my mind was I would slap her parents, but then no. Yeah, I would just say that it's okay. You can cry about it.
You can,
Cry about it.
you
But
can
she didn't
shine.
cry that time. She was like, no, cry.
Yes,
She didn't cry because she was like, she laughed with them, but then deep down, she felt that shame, but she laughed, right, with them. So, I don't know.
yeah. So you see, don't get personal like that. I'm giving you a situation, right? So take it as a movie going on the screen. So this is happening on the screen. And you have to tell that kid, what would you say? You are grown up now. You are working in the field of psychology. So what, as a psychologist, what you will say to her so that she would feel nice about it? So because she
Okay,
has undisturbed feeling, yeah, what you would suggest her? That kid is coming to you. The
I,
situation has done. Now what you will say to her?
I would say that it's fine to be yourself. You're not responsible for the way others feel about you.
That's it. I'm fine with
Right?
myself. Yeah, that's it. Simple,
And
simple.
I'm not responsible for the way others feel about me.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
okay. Yeah. Let's move forward.
Oh, we have a new person, Nadine. Hi, Nadine.
Hi. How how is everyone today? Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you. Same to you. Yeah, everybody is looking great here today. I think so. Yeah. And where are you from, Nathan?
All right here in the Big Apple. I
From.
met Abrar at a conscious capitalism event. So
Okay, 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 okay.
David took me to that event.
Mm-hmm.
here you go.
So,
Okay.
Nadine, we are doing an exercise where we are choosing one incident that comes to your mind from your childhood, which has affected you the most, and like any incident,
Hmm.
the first one that comes to you.
Um, my dad used to read comics to me every Sunday. And because he worked all week long, that's the only time I could see him. And just one Sunday, all of a sudden he said, I'm not going to read you comics anymore. And then that was it. And so I missed that time with my dad because it was the only time we had together and we laughed. He didn't laugh a lot. Yeah, so I miss his laugh. Hmm. So what would I say to that child? Hmm. Well, daddy still loves you. He's just expressing it differently, like earning a living for the family and things that were less emotional.
Does it reflect with you the most?
Hmm. Well, I think so.
So what is the come again? So what was the negative event that happened? What made you, what we are talking is like whatever in the childhood, something which has happened, which has made inside you, created a negative emotion or negative feeling or fear or something, which is
Mhm.
not supporting you in your life. So you said, once again, I would like to understand, you said, what was that?
Oh, so one day my dad just said to me, "I'm not going to read you comics anymore,"
Okay.
and that was it. Like
So
it was.
what did you felt at that time?
Well, I felt it was arbitrary, right? It was his decision, and I had to just work with it, right?
What feeling it created inside you?
Hurt.
So you felt hurt in that moment, right?
Hmm.
So, okay, fine. That event is fine. Like we have come to the event, that was the event. And what you would like to say to that child now, as a grown up, if you see that there is a child who has got hurt in that moment, what you would say to her?
It's okay. It's another boo-boo.
Yeah, fine. So that is fine. Then these two things you can take a note. No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. And then let's move forward to the second.
Ken has been researching a lot. Engineer.
Unmute, unmute.
Yeah, so what I would just say to the younger me is it won't matter in the long run. Their opinion of you doesn't define the person you are, and you would find your people with time. That's just what I would tell my younger self.
And so you will replace you with the I, right?
What do you say?
You will replace that you in the sentence with the I.
Yes. Yes. It won't matter in their opinions of me doesn't define the person I am, and I will find my people with time.
It's a negative statement. Like you can write something like, "I rise above all opinions, and I will find my path." Something positive.
All right.
Yeah, just help him in formation, and I'll be back in a moment.
So like so what you said is like it would be better if I change it to something like I rise beyond their opinions of me. Is that what you said?
So you're conflicting your own thoughts, right? So when you say your opinions, what are your opinions back then? Good enough. What are those opinions?
No, like I mean, what I'm saying is like that their own opinions of me, like the opinions of those who misunderstood the person I am and the way I think. and they didn't understand me and they shot me down and those things. So what I'm now saying to my younger self that used to feel that way, that okay, they didn't understand him and all, is like the opinions of those people doesn't matter. And so that's it.
So you can write something like, "You are bulletproof," like I am bulletproof, and I will I will reach the rightful place at the right time. Something strong, something which vibes with you, something which you are like, we are entrepreneurs, bro. We have to go to war, bro.
I am bulletproof. I would read the right. All right, yeah, I've written that down. I am bulletproof. I'll reach the right place at the right time. That sounds personal to me.
That sounds perfectly like 100% for you, or you want to add something, one or two words, or change one or two words that kind of hooks you in.
I'm bulletproof. I'll reach the right place at the right time. I think this is good enough.
So where we are now? What he has decided? Abrar, you tell.
So, like his thing is like external opinions were affecting him and his own self worth. So he wants to replace it with "I am bulletproof," and I will.
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
Where the so
I
where
mean,
are the bullets coming
so
from?
so it's a kind of metaphor where like ideas and thoughts are considered as bullets, and when you
Mm.
say you're bulletproof, that means you are like impenetrable, like impenetrable.
You can write, I'm immune to any of these things.
That sounds great too.
Whatever resonates with you, bro. 100%. We're going to the moon, bro.
Definitely. Definitely.
So I have a question on the topic of bulletproof. How do you protect yourself, whether that's defined as bulletproof, and at the same time be vulnerable and open to other people?
Yeah, so that's why it's like we are immune to these things. It's more better than that, being bulletproof and all. Bulletproof means like, yes, I have a bulletproof vest and I'm in the battlefield. So yeah, Nadni is right in that sense. So everybody's done now? What?
I think I'm left.
Oh yeah,
So
for the
yeah.
yes.
So I mean, what I can, my context was my parents fighting and my mom saying that she's stuck in the marriage because I'm a girl. Otherwise, she would have left. And the I could tell my younger self that your parents are on their own individual journeys. They have their own karmic interactions, and it has nothing to. Maybe it has something to do with you, but you know, um, I don't know what else to say. That you will have your own journey, and I can't say what else do I say. I think that's about
No,
it.
it would be very easy to say if you project that there is a movie going on and this
Yes.
situation is happening to somebody, and now that small kid is left alone and she is feeling that kind of emotion, and you as a grown up, what you would suggest to her to
Um,
that?
that what would I tell to her? That your parents have their own. It has nothing to do with you. But I
Yes.
can't say that. I'm karmically connected to my mom also, right?
No, again, you are coming you. I'm saying don't get indulged. Be a movie
Oh,
watcher.
okay, okay.
You are
I am
telling,
not that Sujata. I'm a separate person. And who?
yeah.
What will I say?
What would
Uh,
you say to that kid if this situation is happening with someone else?
yeah. So, you know that you are a precious child of God, and you were a woman, and that's a gift. A girl, and that's a gift to you. So, and that will unravel with time. So, right now, try not to get too sucked into your parents' life. It's not your life.
So, this has come out wonderful.
Okay. All right.
When you see your life from the distance, then the things would be more better, more clear, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you get indulged, I happen to me this and that, and then it's too much
Yes.
energetic influence of that thing.
Yes.
Now this thing has come to you by natural. Like if there was small kid, if it's not happened to you but someone else, and that kid is there, and what you would suggest to her? Simple thing, yes, that it has
Yes.
nothing to do with you, darling. That okay, yeah, this is yeah, their matter, and and to be a girl is a great gift, and like that. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes. Okay.
But
Thank you.
then I come in between. I have something with my parents, and all. No, not I.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not bringing that I yet.
Okay. All
Now
right.
you can replace I. Now you make a sentence like you should not, that it has nothing to do with you. Now, when you are writing the affirmation, now you can write that I have nothing to do.
Yes. Okay. First I look at it as an outsider, and then I put in an I.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you put that I. Because
Okay.
now you are grown up and with your wisdom, you are telling some small kid, okay, that the kid which has has
Yes.
experienced or experiencing that, and
Yes.
then how you would tell that kid so that kid that event should not have any negative impact on the subconscious.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
So can
You-
everyone drop their affirmations on the chat and like
Can I, Abrar?
yeah.
I have to go. I have a friend waiting because I have to. Can I send the email to you? Take the permission, Rishi sir. Can I leave?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Otherwise, I won't get groceries for the weekend. So, thank you so much. Thank you from my heart, Abrar. I'll send my affirmations later to
Okay.
you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Nice meeting everyone. Please take care. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
So everyone drop your affirmations and make sure you remember them.
Fine with myself, and I'm not responsible for what other feels about me. So this was the same like uh, David, no? I'm not responsible for what other feels about me. This has to be little modified. Not with, I'm unique in my own way and above your immaturity. I'm fine. This is David. David's is fine. Shiba's affirmation has to work on a little bit. I'm not responsible for what others feel about me. Make it more refined, like more better. I'm fine with myself. What you would say, Shiba, to that child?
I would want a brother to help me here. I really want a brother to help me here.
Celebra.
Oh, you want me to help you?
Yeah, yeah, help. I will heal. This is just another.
Just another boo-boo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're a kid, how many boo-boos do you get? Lots of
Yes.
them.
Absolutely.
You're fine with the word fine,
I'm immune to external
or
things. Will
something
be
like comfortable will work better.
I am comfortable with myself,
Yeah,
or like I am comfortable with who I am.
yeah. Whatever reflects. And I'm immune to any immaturity or immune to others.
No, it doesn't reflect
Doesn't
with
reflect.
me. I don't feel it.
I'm not responsible. I'm only responsible for my own stuff.
I'm
exactly not
comfortable
really
with
coming
who
to
I
it.
am and responsible for my own things.
Yeah. And I'm only responsible for my own thing.
And I am only responsible for my own things. Nice. Hmm.
You want to refine it better?
I am comfortable with who I am and I am responsible for my own things.
Only
Why am I
responsible for
living a
my
Say,
life
own,
so
own
risky?
opinions or thoughts or behaviors, whatever reflects. Rather than saying I'm not responsible for what others think, the focus is on
I'm
me.
responsible. I think
Yeah.
what I I am only responsible for
Or
what
for what
I
I
think,
feel, or what I feel.
for what I feel, or for what I decide.
Okay.
then I'll see like what we have come to.
Yeah.
Just type in. Let me see what here. Good for what I decide. So when you're saying responsible, does it give you a feeling of burden? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is not the right yet. I'm comfortable. I'm fine. That is fine. Or you can also write fine. I'm fine with myself or whatever. But the second sentence
And
needed to be more better. So, because when she's saying this, where is your?
I don't want a 5 years old to be responsible, right?
I'm not responsible for what other feels about me. That means this is showing that
She's not doing the
she's
right thing.
huh?
She's not doing the right thing, right?
So here again you see what you would say to that kid who has caught that you don't have to worry for this. What you would say to that kid as a mature person now, what you would say. You see a situation like this, what you would say to her.
It's okay to be different.
It's okay to be
Different.
different, different.
Yeah. No, that just makes her like stupid.
No, you don't worry about that. What you would say to that kid to make her feel better?
Um, just be fine with yourself and do whatever feels okay.
So she is not going to do anything. Something has already happened. Something has been done already, no? So she is in a, that small child is feeling uncomfortable because of the situation. So now what you would say to her?
You're just a baby.
Huh? You are just a baby? Yeah.
Okay, I would say that
I'm free.
nothing to.
I'm comfortable with what I am and I'm free, which indicates that nobody has nothing to do with you, with what they feel or what
Again, you are saying I. Don't bring I yet.
I.
You are telling that small child. There is some child that has gone through a situation and that child is feeling uncomfortable. So think like that. There is a small child standing in front of you and this situation has happened to her. And anybody else can also, join and can suggest. Like to that child, what you would say, specify her to that small child.
My God. Um, no.
I'm accepting of what of myself and free.
Why are you
Again,
telling a
I.
5 years old that she's big?
Again, I. You are telling that small kid.
I
When
mean,
you
we can't use one I too.
why you have to use I? When you are using I,
Why hold
you
it
are
against her?
becoming inside. You are going inside the scene.
Okay.
And once you are inside the scene, you will project your impressions.
Be yourself.
Same thing. Same thoughts. I would say it's okay. Just be yourself.
Yeah, that is much better.
I would say
Um,
just Simran Jile Jindagi.
so here now you can apply I. I'm what you said. You are.
Um, what did I say? I just forgot what I said. I said, it's okay. Just be your.
Be
No, what
yourself.
did I say?
It's
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
to be
yeah.
yourself. You
It's
said it's
okay
okay to
to
be
be.
yourself. So now you can
Yeah,
imply that
it's okay
that
to be
I'm
myself.
I'm okay with myself. I'm fine, or whatever.
I
So
am
what comes?
fine with who I am.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah. I'm not really fine with who I am. But then, yeah, okay.
You are not fine because of certain things happen, no? Along the life
Mhm.
course. So right now it's like you will not feel. But
But then
this is
why
what
would I lie to myself?
that no, this is not lying. This is replacing the medication. Like you do, like these are, you can say, the medicines. So you go to the doctor, you don't say like, I'm not fine, so why should I take medicine? You're not fine, that's why you are given medicines.
You see this back.
Huh?
You can just go. Okay. Yeah, okay. I am fine with who I am. Oh,
Yeah. This has to be installed in you. Not now, you are not, but this has to be installed in you. You want like this, that you wish like this or not, or you want
to
to
be
carry,
fine,
yeah, you wish like that I'm fine with myself.
but am I? But yeah, obviously I have to be fine with myself.
What? You decide first. Are you fine or not?
Right
Sometimes
now,
you're,
I don't know if I can resonate with it more right now, but I don't know. It's just medication, right?
yeah.
So, are all the affirmations done?
Um,
No. You're fine? You're fine with your affirmation? I'm fine with who I am. That's that's empowering. Akin, what about you?
Yes, done. The plain
David?
one is fine.
I
David
think
is also good.
I put it
That's
in the
David or Akin is also good. I'm immune to external opinion and I will reach the right place at the right time. Yeah. So now where we are. So do we have time today or what?
we need 50 minutes to do the rewiring. Do you guys have time today?
What is rewiring?
Hypnosis.
And you
Let's
need
do
a,
it. Let's do it. 15
and you
minutes.
need a silent space also where nobody can disturb you.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Shiba has that.
We need
Akin and David.
at least 50 minutes. 50.
50, 50
Yeah.
or 15?
50.
50, 50. Oh, okay.
You
Well,
guys
maybe
want
we
to
can
do the
reschedule.
session some other time?
Maybe better if it's 15 minutes. 15 I can do.
No.
50, maybe different day.
15 is like, no, that's like meditation.
Well, you know, I'm kind of impatient, right?
I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. It's just like people copyrighted and renamed it as hypnosis, but it's the same thing.
Hmm.
So we will do this, the hypnotic rewiring next time. Like, so what time suits you guys? When do you want to do it? Tomorrow or next week? What time suits you? Want to do it tomorrow?
We're gonna do tomorrow night. Is that too late?
Tomorrow night. What about you, Akin? He's also in New York time zone.
I'm available. I'm available. I'm available now. I'm available anytime for this weekend.
Got it. Got it. Shiba, it's gonna be Monday morning for you. You're fine with that? You have to be in a safe space which is free from any external Like, last time what happened was like one of the participants' mother walked in and he got disturbed from the hypnosis.
I see.
Yeah.
What about like tonight, 10 p.m. or tomorrow night, 10 p.m. New York time? Is that too late?
Tomorrow can be possible. Tomorrow is fine. But yeah, tomorrow 10 p.m. means here it's 7, 8, 9:30. India would be 9:30. For me, it would be 8 p.m. For New York, it would be 11.
I can do 11 as well. 10 to 11, let's say, or 11 to 12.
11 to 12, yeah. 11 to 12, and
Yeah,
Reckon
then
is
it'll be
fine with
quiet.
11 to 12 tomorrow.
It'll be quiet because it'll be quiet.
Yeah.
I can even go outside. It'll be quiet.
Hang your socks, or you can hang whatever signs you want to hang out the door, but then make sure nobody disturbs you.
Okay, Sunday, tomorrow night, 11 p.m. That works for me. Let's.
Yeah. Shiba, Monday morning 9:30 works for you? Great. Akin, tomorrow?
Tomorrow from 11 to 12, right? Is it
Yeah.
in the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nighttime.
It works. No.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think it's good if it's night, because it's good that you enter into the affirmation, release that, rewire it, and go back to sleep.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
No drinking.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop. I gotta stop drinking. It's bad for your health.
I mean, we can work on that some other time. So it's decided. Tomorrow it is.
What's the link? Same link as this?
I will send you the link, guys. The link. I'll also invite Nadine and Sujata.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be us 6, 7 people, because the hardest, like, we usually, if it's solo, the hardest part is to face that incident. But even in a group setting, the tricky part is actually uh, finding that affirmation, because it's very subtle. It can end up in a high ego. Like I said, bulletproof. It's like, high ego. So it's like writing that information is very tricky. And since we 6, 7 people have figured it out, where it's not like egoistic, it's coming naturally, pure, positive. So it's just gonna be like 6, 7 of us like doing this hypnotic session.
I've noticed that you emphasized the concept of positivity, right? Because initially my statement was driven a bit by anger or ego, right? So I guess as part of the affirmation, we're not supposed to have that.
No,
Correct.
no. If it comes out, it's good. The feelings should come out. But when rewiring, we have to be careful about what we rewire. But like Rishi sir said, in personal sessions, we even have like participants who have been through sexual assault and stuff like that. And in those cases, we literally give them the like, if they want to kill that person, if they want to, kind of shackle that, we let their imagination go loose. We let them abuse. We let them, like, abuse in whatever way they want, verbally, physically, release that energies. And then, but the end, again, when we rewire it in a very positive way, like we did today. But we are not doing that, like releasing in such a way, because it's not a one-on-one session. So we will just like get into that zone, rewire it, and like, get back, and that's the idea. So people do it in different ways. People write journals, people write letters, people kind of like, put it in front of a candle, or write a letter and send, like, put it in some, temple or a church or some place where they can put that into, and they if affirm in their own ways. But hypnosis is a very, very strong way to get into the subconscious mind and rewire it. And it's like, it's very, very effective. That's why we are going to use this as a tool. But by tomorrow, if you have time where you want to do some journaling, or if you want to write a letter, a positive letter, like, just these words, and you want to, like, whatever comes out of you naturally, you can do it. It will, those efforts will add up, you know. Just make sure, like, you don't do anything extra, like, don't let like negativity come into that letter, that if you want to write, even if you're writing just this affirmation in a letter to that kid, and you just kind of like, make a boat and send it into water, whatever intuitively comes to you, so that by the time you come tomorrow and you do hypnosis, this effort will also add up to it. Works, guys? I think everyone had a similar kind of affirmation. And the trend is repeating. Every time we have a session, we have people who come up with a similar kind of like problem rooted in like, in the family constellation, we had people who had problem. Everyone had a problem with money. And so the topic revolved around that. Even if you look now today, it's revolving around self-worth and external opinions. So no, the magic is continuing.
Okay, so this is, I think, done for today then. No? And if anybody wants to say something, share something, they are welcome to speak up.
I love your earrings.
What's that?
I love your earrings.
Earrings. She looking at the earrings, not what I'm saying. Okay, good. Good. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. So we meet up tomorrow around same time in the same bodies. Let's see what happens tomorrow then. Okay then. All right. We'll
Thank
take your
you.
leave. All right. Thank you very much for joining and see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.